My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. We are here in the basement of Baba Yaga's house, in the swamp, in the fourth chapter, I called it in time. I say in time, there's a 5-second gap after you're wrong, where you're allowed to go, hang on, mess that up, and correct yourself. Outside of that period of time, capital punishment. But inside that period of time, it's completely fine. So you can't get me on this. Please, don't send the squad. The fuse box down here is broken beyond repair. You have no choice but to dwell in the darkness. Wow. Like I weren't already. Wow, Barbara wasn't kidding about being uncomfortably dark down here. Go deeper. There's only one spooky armor required so far. How long is this basement? You're pretty sure you would have reached the back wall by now. Why go deeper? Oh, it says turn back. Makes sense why she keeps this thing in the basement. You don't particularly want to know what the puddle is consistent of. And the scariest thing about this is the kerning. Turn back. What's a turn back? Jeez, that's a lot of rats. Are they whispering get out? You can hear that, right? It's not just me. First, let's quickly pump our own spook defense. I want to know... Elemental armor, spooky. So, I can get 1 from my pants. I can get 3 from my accessory. Another 3 from my hat. That sounds great to me. Okay, I go deeper. This is looking like a normal Friday night. Nothing wrong in here. Oh, good. The wall is bleeding here. Well, that's how you know you got a healthy house. If it doesn't bleed, house is dead. The ground has started to shake, and bits of dirt are falling from the ceiling. The rumbling noise almost sounds like someone growling, "Your soul is mine." This seems like bad news. I go deeper. Obviously, that's not... It's a mirage in the distance, right? It can't obviously be that. These must have been the original Baba Yaga's magic books. Unfortunately, it's as dark as the inside of a dog down here. What's the reference on the earlier ring? The inside out dog of the inside out ring of weakness? Inside of a dog, this ring is your best friend. Outside of a dog, I can't remember what it is. Where's the... There we go! Friendship! On the outside of a dog, this ring would look really good. No? I can't remember it. There's a joke in that realm that I think they did in the first episode, but I was hoping it was just part of the item text to remind me. The ground is shaking more violently, furiously even. The walls are, "Die, fool!" At you rather, as rocks fall from the ceiling, threatening to bury you alive. Finally, I get to see him get out of here, obviously. Yeah. Of course, there won't be anything spooky behind us, right? I can't imagine so. Well, have it both ways. It's actually been totally normal the entire time. Here I thought it was actually quite likely we were going to have I don't know, a betrayal kind of situation. Oh, hello. How are those chores going? Here's your sack of birdseed. You, kind of undersold how scary it is down there. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe I can learn a charm to keep the mice away. And the voices? And the bleeding walls? Huh. That doesn't sound familiar. Maybe your flashlight was acting up? Anyway, thanks. Here's the feather I promised. You got an item, Baba Yaga feather. It's a feather from one of Barbara's birds, not Barbara herself. Okay, so that was one of the tasks that I needed to perform for you. Oh, also, I saw a hobo sign outside say, ask for a little treat. Can I have a little treat? Oh, sure, dear. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a breath mint. You got an item, breath mint. This breath mint was stuffed into the bottom of a purse in 1880 and was only recently rediscovered. Increases your moxie by 1 and your item drops by 20% until you use another potion. That's quite powerful. Now... Huh, I've never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. Oh, it's too small for my birds though. Oh, but if you like it, you can have it. You got an item, small bird bath. You really should have dumped out the water before you started carrying this around, and it's not possible to do now. Can't set it down and push it over. No. You chose to put it in your inventory in one specific orientation, and in that orientation it will stay. I believe that's everything I need from Barbara Yagara as well. So, Moss Rock Grotto seems nearby. Let's go back to the Monster Shack. I don't have the stench armor because I changed the thing! Alas, I'm actually going to try and approach the smell of the wisp at this point. You follow at a safe breathing distance from the smell of the wisp as it bobs and weaves through the fetid marsh. Eventually, it comes to rest on a rotting tree stump, and you sneak up quietly behind it? Just as you're about to grab a sample, 3 Gatemen casually stand up from where they were crouched in knee-deep water around you. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna say, don't you think it's a lovely day? Don't. The Gatemen beat the hell out of you. By the time you wake up, the smell of the wisp is gone. Sprained elbow. Ow, my elbow. Alright, I'm gonna need to wash that off. Hey, which of you was interested in Barbara Yagara? I cannot rightly recall. Nope, that's the Mossman. Smell of the wisps. Use your equipment to make potions. Okay, fair enough. Here we go. I've obviously forgotten the voices of every single one of the kids.
Hey, any luck getting a feather from Barbara Yagara?
Wait, you mean one of her birds, right?
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. She doesn't have feathers herself, we established that.
Good, just checking. Here we go.
Wow, thanks a lot. What was she like?
She was actually pretty nice. Don't go in her basement, though. The kid pulls out a sash, pins a badge on it, and hands it to you.
As thanks, here's an official.
Sorry.
An overkill Monster Squad sash and your first Monster Squad badge.
You got an item, Monster Club sash. You can use an additional item per round. This sash was awarded to you by the Monster Squad. I also got 35 experience for having done so. And I believe the exact same conversation as we've had with him previously. Okay. So if I'm looking to continue their things, I could go towards the Moss Rock Grotto. Obviously, before doing so, trying to make sure that I have a little bit of additional stench resist on, so that I would have the ability, should I find the smell of the wisp, to interact. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in an opaque bog. Her hands rest on the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the muck. It catches your eye because that's not the type of thing, rather, you tend to see on the East Coast.
What sword is that?
Thus is the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago it was entrusted to my family for safekeeping, and now it's yours to reclaim. For a cost.
Why do I have to pay for my family's sword?
The security guaranteed by my family is unique, and it comes with a great price. Your great aunt knew this, and it's why she placed the blade in her car.
What great aunt?
Have you forgotten your lineage, child? Time was every tavern and meeting house had a place for the fire by Hilda Who.
Okay, what's the cost?
In time, I shall ask of you a boon, and you shall be obliged to grant it.
Sure, I can do a boon. Let's have the sword. You got an item, Great Aunt's Great Sword. Deals your muscle +5 in physical damage. You may or may not have had a Great Aunt, but nobody can deny you have a great sword. The sword has a satisfying heft. You can see why your Great Aunt liked it so much. But with it comes something quite unsatisfying. Something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. You got a perk, Swamp Geass. Oh, the Geass really grinds your gears. Perhaps that lady from the swamp will tell you about the boon she wants in exchange for this thing's removal.
You geased me?
It's a simple magic binding you to your oath until I have such need of your service. On that day, I will find you.
Can we just do the boon thing now?
But she's gone, slipped away into the dark waters of the swamp. Better be a good sword. It's a great sword. Better be a good great sword. The goodest great sword you'll ever get.
You there!
An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees.
New to these parts, is it? Ever heard of our Mudhenge? I'll bet you didn't, now that it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable hedge you'd compare to name.
What is Mudhenge, good sir? But he's already gone, disappeared in the mist. Behind him through the trees is Mudhenge.
Okay.
I go there now. Very far through those trees, evidently, over on the other side of the map. Welcome to Mudhenge, admission to meat. That's a bit rich for my blood, but I do see some hobo code back there, which of course means experience. A gross muddy flower. I'm ready to come back for those flowers at the point in time that is allowed. Someone's going to lose their job at the fence factory for this hole. I'm going to squeeze through it though. Oh! Interesting. You can teleport from one to another. Okay. The hobo code says. According to this, there's an old boxcar nearby that the railroad company abandoned when it sank into the swamp. Sounds intriguing. Location unlocked. Sunken boxcar. Interesting. What's that over to the east? Okay, so what's the... East is... east is, right, which is that way. Got it. I don't know. Ah! This crazy Gateman appeared out of nowhere and is champing at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now. I'm gonna clean this man's clock. With my alligator. Gateman Mush Muncher. Buddy, I'm gonna give you a wee bit of the hypnotism. And then... tricky timpani you want, and I'll give you a piano crushing as well. I'm just gonna make sure you are incapable of doing much any damage to me. He munched a mushroom, and unfortunately it had unpredictable effects of poisoning him. The Gateman rallies around for another round, but a hand rises from the swamp and drags him down screaming. I gained 14 experience, and a backpack stashed in the swamp. And it is certain to contain illicit material. Parental guidance is advised. I open it. There's a complete change of clothes in the sack, and a black, embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. I read the card. Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the hued tower. I turn the card over. The nudist's creed. Nothing is worn. Everything is visible. That's your Assassin's Creed reference there. Nothing is forbidden. Everything is permissible or whatever. I never actually finished the first Assassin's Creed game because the story, to my personal taste and opinion, sucked ass. I liked the gameplay, and so I just did that for a period of time, and I was just like, okay, now I hope a game makes parkour and good story as well. And then I played Mirror's Edge. And I'm still waiting for a game with both. Alright, so, just unnecessary elbows this entire episode. I apologize. I've got a spirit in me apparently today. Ants on my pants. That's what I'm blaming it on. Okay. I read the card. Drowned Mary. Nudist creed. Nothing is worn. Everything is visible. You elect to leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing is your size anyway. Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the hewn, I'm assuming, tower. So hewn, I typically think from stone, right? So like a stone tower in the swamp. And drowned Mary's crown would be an artifact that's being referred to here. That's about as close as I can get at the moment. Let's go to the sunken boxcar and see what's up there. That's odd. This patch of muddy ground has a lot of tracks in it that look like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around with their hands. Maybe it was an acrobat convention? In the middle of the swamp? Oh, what was that one thing the kid was always talking about? The honey? Hey! Oh, maybe there's something to that after all. I follow the tracks. Jeez, the more you look, the more of a confusing, trampled mess these tracks are. It seems like there's different sets of tracks heading in different directions. How many thumbs did he say that thing has again? On one hand, I believe it was 3. Okay. Ah, no! I meant 1 and 3. So I did 3 and 1. I did it in the wrong way. You follow the trail of handprints with 3 thumbs and 1 finger, but instead of leading to the honey ape, it just leads to a pile of old gloves. Must be some moonshiners trying to keep the proies off their trail. You decide not to take any of the gloves because they don't fit you properly. Not without some serious modifications to either the gloves or you. Rats.
Aha! I've found you.
Hey, buddy. How are you holding up, Professor?
Level as a carpenter road, my friend, and yourself.
How'd you find me?
Well, after you vanished through that portal, I simply wandered around until I located you again. It's fortunate, of course, that I guessed correctly.
Yeah, no kidding.
The hems of my robes will be soaked through with this filth water.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need new socks after this.
In that regard, at least, I am fortunate. Alchemist boots are traditionally made out of stout leather, handy for stamping out small fires. I dare say these blasted mosquitoes will drain the life out of me.
Thanks for not saying they'd suck the life out of you.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. Would anything in the swamp be useful to you? As, ingredients or reagents or something?
Why, in this fetid mire, would you be imagining to be useful in my work?
I don't know. Frog parts? Marsh? Gas?
I neither am a French chef nor a fraternity lout making stink bombs.
I was just trying to help.
And I do appreciate that. A more efficacious route to the helpfulness, however, would be to finish your work and here quickly, rather, so that we may leave.
All right. Well expressed. This looks very dangerous, it says. I agree, but will persist. After checking everything else, I climb in anyway. Sunken boxcar. Everything has, predictably, fallen off this table. These poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. This would fail a railroad safety inspection for at least 2 reasons. And a diagonal hobo. Although I suppose from your perspective, he does look normal when I talk to him. I'll tell you what, immediately off the top, I don't know how to speak in italics. Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I shouldn't really be surprised by that. That's quite all right. I'm Pepperidge Dolphin. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks, I'm Ryan Hu. Nice boxcar you've got here, apart from it being a little steep. Steep? Oh yeah. I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice anymore. Apart from when I try to play marbles. Your game must be going really downhill. Yeah, quite. I ask him some questions. I've just realized what his accent is supposed to be. it's all in the gestural pipe. Your accent is different from most hobos I've met. Well, my family is from old money, you see. How old? Old enough that it all turned to dust, and all that remains is rambling old manor house that I cannot afford to maintain. So I decided this world would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. The horizon is typically a bit more level. Why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp? Well, to be honest, it's been quite difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before the homesickness, of course, becomes overwhelming. Aw, how bittersweet. Indeed. I wonder though, could you spare the time to help me? I could be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir, specifically my father's collection of antique padlocks. And you can't get them yourself because of the memories? It's more like a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are. Sure, I'll help you. Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether. Except they won't actually be all together, will they? Oh, no, I'm afraid not. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on that,
Is this a sponge?
Location unlocked. Dolphin House.
There's also something I should tell you about the house.
Oh, good. Here it comes. I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property. There aren't any? For those of you who are not reading the text very closely, on the emphasis of aren't, we have the only unitalicized word in this conversation. Love it. Oh, that's correct. Not a one. My family never suffered any violent nor traumatic deaths.
Is this something you really felt like you had to warn me about?
Not really a warning as such, I just thought you might like to know.
Huh. Okay, thanks.
11 padlocks. Aren't any ghosts haunting the property? Is this an 11 Ghosts reference? I don't know almost anything about that film. This is gonna be difficult if it's based on that. Not that I imagine they'll have that as a pre-requirement for completing it. You are perplexed by the hobo's decision to sleep with his head pointing downhill. Why? Makes all the good ideas run to his head. Dolphin House is over on the other side. Lamberg Place, I haven't even been there yet, apparently. Gateman Village. Good lord, Moss Rock Grotto. There are so damn many things we want to do here. Let's go to the Gateman Village first. You find some glowing green rocks half submerged in some brackish swamp water. You recognize it as a petrified St. Elmo's fire. I collect the good bits, as a psychogeologist, of course. You do what must be done, which is to smash the rare natural formation and harvest its resources. I get 2 glowing ores and 5 experience. I needed it more than St. Elmo did. Okay. Well, here's a Gateman Village. This looks like a pretty nice fishing spot, though, so I'm going to do a little bit of that and see if somehow I manage to avoid having to fight them. A grody bath trout. Delectable. The slithering puke fish. Less so, admittedly. I mean, look, if you fillet it right and grill it up, you can pretty much eat anything. A slithering puke fish again? Okay, well, fair enough. They heard my disparaging comment. Decided to punish me with their presence. These guys seem pretty focused on their meal, their after-meal hygiene, and their after-hygiene rest, respectively. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been fighting Gateman, unrepentantly, and it seems incorrect to stop now. You look at the handprint, it's the size of a normal human hand, it's got 4 fingers and 1 thumb, totally ordinary. Okay, well now I know what to do with the honey handprint as well. Ah, I forgot about changing my weapon and all. Man, one of these days I'll remember how to do that. Knife in the dark for 15 damage to an enemy, that's pretty good. Ah, nice, it turns the screen dark. To demonstrate what you have done. This enemy has already been knifed in the dark, further knifing would be in poor taste. I'm gonna knife each of them for a decent amount of damage there. And considering how many items I can throw each combat, I'm gonna summon a tentacle, then do collar damage to all of the enemies, which apparently also increased their stats. I'm gonna try and throw a grenade, works out in the end, and I'll take the frontline enemy out. I get some stinky damage, but that's a pretty clear case for us right there, I think. 1 timpani. No more timpanis required. The poison would do it by itself if it weren't for, or even if it weren't for the extra damage I get to do that. You won. That'll teach these Gatemen to go around their regular daily routines whilst you're around. Huh. 13 experience, 72 meat, a gator stick, a nasty pastry, and a swamp mushroom. The gator stick is a melee weapon, a vicious-looking sharpened branch with smaller sharp sticks stuck to it, and a crude leather hand grip. Nasty business. You wouldn't feed this to a dog, though you would throw it at a dog if the dog was clearly a threat. The nasty pastry combat item for 15 stench damage, and the swamp mushroom. This swamp mushroom does not appear in any mycology texts, because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet. You also collect a gator hide for that hunter, which is way less grisly than it sounds. These gatormen are just carrying them around. You got an item, gatorman hide. These are the hides of a gate or a man. And then Prof. Adams has some stuff to tell me, and in fact, apparently has more stuff to tell me. Asks for a moment of my time. Dr. Adams does a few stretches and knee bends.
How are you doing, Professor? I hope this isn't all too strenuous for you.
Not at all, my good friend. Indeed, after spending 200 years as a world statue, this is just the thing that I need to limber up.
Professor Adams' maximum HP increases by 5. I mean, that's the inside of the gated village, but let's give ourselves a second to look around the rest of it. Oh my god, there's more gators there. That makes sense. Whoops, it's not too late to turn tail and run. Turn their tails into dust if I fight them, though. Let's make our way into this first home and see if we can find everything we need here. Is that a ghost? I examine it. While this is hardly the strangest thing you've seen in the last few days, it's definitely pretty weird. It looks like a ghostly man, most obviously his head, but you can barely make out his body if you squint. You reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to get his attention, but instead seems focused on something you can't see to the left of that disgusting fly-covered meat hook. After a few minutes, the novelty sort of wears off, so you go about your business. Huh. Unlike most of the hanging sacks of gore in this place, this one is swarming with flies. I mean, I have seen a bunch of flies in different areas. That ghost is still intently staring at something. Is it possible it's staring at the flies, maybe? The Gatemen put their rocks away when they're done playing. Like magpies and shiny objects, gators are compelled to hoard all of Grandfather's items. Grandfather's chair, Grandfather's disgusting bird bath, which I search and find Grandfather's teeth. Just sell them, I guess, for Grandfather's mouth. These look like Grandfather's bags, which I go through, of course. I find a bundle of meat stashed in one of the bags, 49 meat. Apparently the creatures have no need of money. You wonder how well they can do to afford the rent on this place. Nope. That's odd. Nothing should grow in here. Said next to a tree. Well, I don't think I have the ability to immediately interact with any of these. Like, how would I? Gator stick, dirty sacks, bag of spoiled vegetables. None of this really seems like it would gain for us any particular effect here. Like, without standing here and individually trying every single one, none of these makes any more sense than any of the others to do a good job in this particular situation. So, I mean, I could try and equip the... No, the pickaxe is not a weapon. I don't think I can even equip it. Yep, no. Which is good. Because I was going to equip that and then try and interact with the rocks. Whoops, it's not too late to turn tail and run. Kind of is. My Moxie plus 5 in physical damage. Moxie plus 5 in sleaze damage is what I'm looking for. Let's do some dirty sacks. Oh my god, that one had a shield. The Gateman Weed Lord. Nice. Gateman Weed Lord intends to summon weeds, which will whip your entire party for 8 physical damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna like increase my own moxie a couple times here, using your body as a way for me to do that. And then I've got 32 damage I can direct towards a different target. Yeah, sure. There's a lot of damage coming out here. I totally see it. I understand it. I appreciate it. However, let me put to you that you've already lost. And you didn't even know it yet. Get him. Absolutely get him. Human destroys Gateman. It's a tale as old as time. 14 experience and 90 meat. We also get a Weed Lord fetish, which is a drippy little totem woven from swamp weeds. Steals HP from an opponent equal to your mysticality once per fight. Got an item, Gator Punch. They drink it, but that doesn't mean they like it. And another Gateman hide. Deuce also grows stronger. Well done, Deuce. Well observed. Hello. The beast is too enthralled by the strange obelisk to notice you. Hey, This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Nice. Reverso World! I'm gonna go talk to that ghost! Naturally. Obviously. I mean, yeah, it's still weird. A short and stubby finger of eldritch energy. I touch it. I change the orientation of it by 1. Oh, interesting. Now this is open. But that takes me out. How? So what? Wait. Let's rotate this to another area. So that was its original location, and then I kick 1. It's going to change it to a different one of these stumps, right? Oh. A long and knotty finger of eldritch energy. Ah, so this is alternating the location of the... There we go, yeah. Of the entrance, and this is alternating the location of the portal itself. I can't even see the portal at this point. Ah, this is something I wanted as well, because we knew that there was this location, because there's the stone in front of it and all that. The boulder blocks the entrance, which I push with my 7 muscle. This boulder looks heavier than when you last pushed it. I could push it with 8 muscle. It was heavier, and now it's heavier still. The force of each push exerts energy on the boulder, which is translated into mass, equals M. See? Glad that's squared away. I got 10 experience. I'm gonna push it one more time. Get out of my way. Excuse me. What are you doing with this? Championship belt? No, that's not gonna be the thing I'm looking for. Could I please have some muscles? Yep, I'm feeling pretty muscular. Push it out of the way. I'm definitely not gonna just continue pushing it forever. It's pretty easy to make this song creepy by placing it in a disturbing context. But they really outdid themselves here. I use Rufus's gadget. You turn the radio to WGCR and hold up Rufus's gadget to it. The thing clicks a few times and the little needle goes all the way up to 5. Then you restore the radio to the way you found, making your mum proud. None of these hooks seem to have any additional information or context for me to interact with. This building is way larger than it looks from the outside, and it's absolutely full of sleeping Gatemen. Look, could I wake him up? Yeah. Do I have to wake him up? Possibly. I don't know. We'll see later. It's a child to raise a village. 1 second. This guy reading books, you still chill? Yeah. I'll do the correct combination and get it in the right area so that I can talk to that ghost. Seems only appropriate. Alright, G-Host. Portal's in the wrong location, but the building is in the correct one. I mean, I can't just walk. I can walk into the building like this. Hello. You're not alone in this place. I say something. Something. Haha. But it's backwards. Wait, I don't sound like that. I can see everything. You can't expect as well. Can't expect me to understand that. I can see it's backwards. I can see everything. What do you mean? In the patrol? Huh? Oh boy, this is gonna be a little patrol portal. Look, I'm gonna try and read all of this backwards flawlessly, but I'm gonna screw it up. It's just, huh? In our world, in our world, in this one, and all the worlds in between, ever was and ever will be, everything that is to be known, in the portal, I can see everything that. Oh God, it reads from bottom to top. In the portal, I can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything that is to be known in the world, in this one, in our world, in this one, and in all worlds in between. Oh. He's saying that in the portal, he can see everything that ever was and everything will be. Oh, come on, buddy! I saw that! Wow. Let me take a look at that. I don't have the mysticality for this right now. What are you talking about? I don't get the mysticality for this right now. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge is contained in this swirling, convulsing starfield, a kind of super-terrestrial library. Well then, look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, innit? Here's the thing, right? I'm gonna go get myself some mysticality and come back. Filters. Mysticality. I put my fedora back on. I'm rocking the fedora. With the Chibana's pants on. That's a lot of mysticality. I got like 8 at the point. This is gonna be good. I go back through here. Twice. 3 times. Intentionally, obviously. I look inside. Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep black and star-smeared tunnel, preparing nervously to receive the sum of all human and extraterrestrial knowledge. 6 experience. Apparently they didn't know much. In the tunnel's bright center, you find a field and cow suckling a puffin. The farmer is watching. That's fine, but it's not what I'm looking for. There's nothing for you in there. The floating man does not even react to your presence. The portal affords him a window into a curious world and commands his complete attention. I don't think that portal contains the sum of all worldly knowledge. I think it's just letting you look at a farm where a cow is nursing a puffin and there's a farmer standing nearby and watching. That's all that's happening. He blinks backwards. So you want to get out of here, maybe? Can't leave. Can't leave? Why not? Midnight man? Midnight man? You can't leave because of the Midnight Man? Yes. The Midnight Man. Who's the Midnight Man? He just repeats Midnight Man. No matter what I seem to say. I cannot wait to learn of this Midnight Man, but for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is Mean Shadows of the Loathing series. Playlist is up in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, stream pass. Other names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. At or above the thank you and special thanks this episode to Abatoth. Hopefully you all been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.